Hello, welcome to Arizona Alpha Friday updates. These Friday updates will start happening every Friday. We used to do them during COVID. We did them on a Zoom format. We figured this one might be quicker, down, and easier. If you want us to go back to the Zoom format because you want it to be more interactive, please let us know. Just, write Zoom or email Mariah and just say, I'd prefer Zoom. So the top two things we're seeing right now, regulatory-wise, is a 2-hour rule. The 2-hour rule has been in the rules for a very long time. It's not new. It wasn't just created. It has been there. I didn't look back to see how long, but it's been there it was not in the last two rewrites, so it's been back further than that. The 2-hour rule is from the minute the Department of Health Services asks you for a document, you have 2 hours to give that to them. So the first thing we suggest is make sure you both agree on what time it is. And it just keeps everything cleaner. So if you look at your watch and it's, 8:19, then you say, okay, so I have till 10:19 to present the document. The thing we're running into though, excuse me, the thing we're running into is a lot of the fingerprinting, fall prevention, a lot of the documents are locked up. Caregiver certificates are locked up in the business manager office, the ED's office, and they have the key. If they're out of the building and you can't get to the key, that deficiency falls over to your AL manager, which irritates the AL manager because now they have to go in front of the Board of Examiners, possibly in front of the Department of Health Services, when if they could have just had the key. So we used to recommend this, 20-some years ago. Please leave the key sitting somewhere. It doesn't have to be out in the open. It can be under a plant. It can be buried in a plant, whatever it takes. So if the AL manager calls and says, hey, you guys are out of the building and I need to get this document and I'm on the clock, they can say, go get the key, it's here, and then, hang on until we get back and we'll rehide it. Please, because you're putting your AL managers in a pickle if they cannot get to that document. You can share additional documents before the Department of Health Services leaves that day. However, it doesn't count. It counts that, yes, okay, good, you found, Mary Smith's employee records and her caregiver training, but you went past the 2-hour rule, so it does not count, but you get points for showing them you have it. And I'm not sure how they kind of do that in their head. I mean, when I've asked, they just kind of, they have their own system, but you've got to meet the 2-hour rule. The second thing that we're starting to see an uptick in is in environmental standards, R9, 10, 8, 19, 3, A and B, which is garbage and refuge, are stored in a covered container lined with plastic bags and removed from the premises at least once a week. Now, it was explained to me that as it is written, it says that needs to be in resident apartments. When they were written a long time ago, that was not the intention. The intention has always been in the common areas. They're not in resident apartments because we don't dictate to our residents what trash cans they have to have. Department of Health Services, who has the final say in this, disagrees, and they, from now on, are really kind of cracking down on trash receptacles in your residents' apartments. And that's the kind, where you put your foot and the lid pops up. We're still working through it, but they are citing it. So if you don't have it, I guess I would suggest you start putting them in your residents' apartments. A covered receptacle. I don't know. I have not asked the department what they're going to do if the resident refuses to use them. If the family says, oh, heck no, it's a tripping issue. It's just not aesthetically nice. I mean, we have a lot of families that have gorgeous apartments. So we're still working through that. But just so you know, for R9, 10, 8, 19, 3, A and B, the department is looking at that within the resident environment. Those are the two big issues we're seeing this week. Like I said, we'll be doing this weekly. I do want to cover some of our events. On November 8th, we're going to have a regulatory day where site to be decided, but we're going to bring in some experts, probably Paul Sheston, Arizona ALFA's attorney. He's the guy that gives us advice on the different rules. We'll be there, probably Bonnie Wood, because Bonnie Wood does an amazing job researching. Probably Eve Nettles, because she, as a nurse, she has a completely different take on everything. And because she had, worked for Brookdale and has that global take. So we will have people in there to go over the rules. We're seeing an uptick in deficiencies. We're seeing an uptick, which is very troubling to us, that EDs or assisted living managers are going in front of the Department of Health and then in front of the Board of Examiners. We're seeing fines go up, and we have a lot of this data, and if you're interested, let us know. Bonnie Wood does an amazing research job, and if I didn't say she's teaching a class, she'll be one of the teachers as well. If you want the research on what they're citing and their top 10 right now, let us know. But when we see ED, assisted living managers, go in front of the Board of Examiners, we're troubled by that because it means you can get fined, you can lose your license, it's a mark on your record. It's a lot of negativity. So if you are called in front of the Board of Examiners, please notify me. If you want me to go with you, I'd be happy to go with you. It depends on the deficiency, how big it is, and we never know how the board's going to look at it. If you have an attorney, that's fantastic. You have the right to have an attorney. You have a right if you have to go to DHS, because you usually go to DHS before you go to the NCA board. That's up to your company. But if you or your company needs any advice, please give us a call, because we do see that troubling. So November 8th, we'll be doing a regulatory day. We're going to start doing this pretty often again, because it just seems that things are shifting down at the department, and we just want to make sure that we're all aligned together. And that's kind of our point with that. October 17th is our fall conference. We're excited. It'll be at Desert Willow down towards the east of the valley. We were there, I think the last 2 years we were there. There's a lot of construction going on down there. So if you follow your phone and your map guide, the map guide will guide you right in, because it's such a highly constructed area. They're really doing good at keeping the map updated. So if it sends you down side roads, don't freak out. It just means that you're in an area. I mean, the whole I-10 through there is all ripped up. But we have some great speakers. We're really excited. We're doing a mindful class. We're doing a class on all kinds of amazing things. So, and the brochure will be mailed out any day now. And I believe it's online. So check it out. And finally, October 25th and 26th is our Emerging Leaders. This is our first program. We're very excited by this. It is a day and a half where we're going to go over everything it takes to become a fantastic executive director. We're going to talk about culture. We're going to talk about rules. We're going to talk about financials. We have a whole list of things we're going to go through. Eve Nettles has put this together for us, and we're very proud of it, and we're very excited for it. And thank you, Eve, for doing this for us. It's going to really how to deal with food service. So there's all kinds of good topics there. It's a day and a half. Paul Sheston, again, our attorney, has donated his space, which is at Raintree and Frank Lloyd Wright. It's a beautiful office building, right up the steps, great parking. This one is free because it's our very first one. So this is free. If you're interested, please let Mariah know and register. We have very limited space. We only, I think, have space for 11 or 12. And I believe last I heard, and we haven't even advertised it yet, we had 6 registered. So if you're interested, let us know. And that's all I got. If you're interested in participating in the association, join a committee. Educational events voted yesterday to go back to the Zoom format. They liked it better. So if you're if you want to belong to a committee, but you don't really want to have to drive to 24th Street in Thomas because you're in a different part of the town or state, absolutely no problems. All of our committees have a Zoom component to it. Like I said, some are going back to being completely Zoom, because that's how everybody, I think once we discovered Zoom, we realized how amazing it was. If you have any questions about anything at all, please call our office. You can always email me. Registration, like I said, for the fall conference will start in the next couple days. Otherwise, have a great day. Stay safe out there. Please let us know if you need anything. We're here to help you, and talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.